think I have, actually. This comes from Sideshow Sam. Thank you, Sideshow Sam. Father Simon and the Brethren Fellowship of Forgiveness. My misdemeanor takes place in a town that Brother Matt may be aware of, back when he was a cub reporter learning his craft. It's also a tale of revenge from the tale of Crosby. From the town of Crosby.
Town of Crosby,
not the tale of Crosby, from the town of Crosby.
Yeah, I know it well.
Which is where I was growing up back in the day. In my teens, I was a member of a youth theatre company, just like Matt, I imagine.
Yeah.
No. We learnt many great things, but no one told us how to wear cravats or berets, I'm afraid to say.
Oh, dear.
My hunch is that no one on Merseyside wears a beret anyway, says Sideshow Sam.
Well,
what do you say, Matt?
I say each to their own, as you know.
However, the plays were fun, the rehearsals very enjoyable, but on many occasions I was the butt of childish pranks played by one person. We're going to call that person Ian. He was very good at sweetening tea and coffee with salt, or on many occasions Tabasco sauce. We also suspected there were many other things he dropped into beverages. All of them legal, I hasten to add, but all of them absolutely disgusting. He thought his japes were hilarious. I found him totally insufferable. Also, his dad drove a Ford Capri, which marked him out as a fool.
Right.
There is an extent to which you can judge someone by the car they choose. Like if you drive a Hummer, for example.
Okay, yeah, we can all agree on that.
Okay. Anyway, says Sideshow Sam, as you can imagine, Ian was not a nice person. In one year, we decided to do a sort of parody of popular television shows in our youth theatre company. Part of the production was a spoof of Top of the Pops, the show that obviously we all loved and watched religiously each week. For my part, and due to the fact that some members of the company thought I looked like him, I was Shakin' Stevens.
Wow.
Green Door I could do. Oh, Julie was pretty good. But my version of This Whole House was the killer. I did the hips, I did the lips, I did the denim. Father Simon, I rocked it. If you love Shaky, you'd love me, says Sideshow Sam. A little bit bigger.
Wow.
Thinks a lot of himself. When it came to Ian's part, he was one half of a duo who'd been at number one. I'm talking here of Renee and Renato.
Oh,
and
wow.
Save My Love.
Yeah.
That was the hit. They were the female-male combo that were all the rage. Here's your reminder. That's what he had to do.
Even though it's been so very long.
He didn't have to do this bit.
No.
Anyway, they'd won new faces. Save My Love was absolutely huge. During the final night of our show, when all the parents were in, and after I'd been on stage and had been a huge, shaky hit, I had an idea for revenge for all the nasty things that he had done over the years. When Ian and his partner, Maggie, were miming to their particular Save Your Love song, I, now in charge of sound, I see, found a way of speeding the song up. So the song sounded like the Chipmunks and the dancing had to be incredibly frenetic. I then, in a stroke of genius, turned the music off completely, leaving them to do their dance act to total silence. It became like mime. Members of the audience were beginning to laugh. Ian and Maggie were nonplussed and then clearly furious, but they carried on. Him being Italian and operatic, and she being kind of Crosbyan and operatic. Well, when the audience were leaving, they couldn't understand Ian and Maggie's act at all. The discussions went along like this. Was it some kind of brave new avant-garde theatre experience, maybe? Maybe the silence was a metaphor for the lack of understanding in the world. If we could just listen, then maybe we could all live in peace and dance like Pan's people. Maybe it was an extension of the New Seekers wanting to buy the world a Coke.
Yes.
And honeybees and apple trees and snow-white turtle doves. I think Sideshow Sam is just veering off just a little. Was it that? They asked themselves, or was it just some annoyed drama student getting his own back? In a pathetic and childish way, of course. Father Simon, clearly I'm going to need forgiveness here, not from Ian and Maggie, because of all the nasty things they did, but from the audience who were initially perplexed and left feeling amused and confused. It should have been a light-hearted, light entertainment-filled evening, but became a bitter tantrum-filled charade. On the plus side, Ian stopped putting his filthy things in my drink, as far as I know. Also, I need forgiveness from Rania and the late Renato for making a mockery of their hit record. This confession is from Sideshow Sam, and we turn for a possible taste for forgiveness. Mind you, that was particularly good edit. I think.
Yes, I thought so.
To
Smooth.
Sister Susie, got a World Service crash there, is what it was. Sister Susie, what do you say?
Well, Sideshow Sam, do you know what? I don't condone what you do because I think it was a bit mean. However, I do think Ian sounds a lot meaner, and he should stop putting things in people's drinks. So I feel like you taught him a lesson, so I'm going to forgive.
I dread to think. I mean, it's almost not knowing what he put in it makes it even worse.
It's just no. And I like that you wear a beret, which Matt won't, so I'm going to forgive.
Brother from another gutter.
So, A, it's always good to hear Rennie and Renata again after all these years.
Yes.
And B, frankly, with drama, you know, if no one understands it, then just, you know, call it futility of hope, disperse, c'est moi, and watch the awards roll in. 5 stars, the Scotsman. Oh, isn't that the case? Yes, definitely forgiven.
Okay.